How y'all doing? Sorry for the delay there. Make sure you got the on the face. Alright, there's a few things that happen for people that just bought a PlayStation. The good thing about it is that you're gonna have probably bought the slim version, which already comes with a 1 TB hard drive, which is good for you because the older PlayStation purchasers got 500 gigs. So the problem that was posed with that was system memory wasn't big enough to support a lot of games. But even with the 1 TB, you might find that when you start to have a large library of games, such as myself that I have here, then apparently what will happen is your PlayStation won't be able to support everything. So you want to get yourself an external hard drive. A lot of people think they're going to get the zip drives and stuff like that, and this is probably the most inexpensive way to upgrade. If you got the 1 TB, that means you got a USB port on the back, which also gives you an additional, because that's important because your external hard drive has to plug directly. You cannot plug through an external source. So I found that this is my passport right here. This is a 2 TB. You also got the 3 and the 4. So you know the more space, the more expensive. But these right here are not self-powered. However, they do power well because they're 3.0s. So you got 3.0 USB, and your PS4 does support 3.0. So if you get this is a solid external hard drive which you can use. You purchase this from Best Buy. Okay. The next thing you're going to need, because it has to plug directly in. Now follow me over here. You only have 2 ports. For those with 2 ports, you're gonna need to plug your external directly to the source. So you see this is the external hard drive right here. Okay, so in order to do that, you're gonna need the other one for charging. So if you come over here, you have this USB hub that's right here. It's called the Insignia 3.0. Make sure it's got its own power supply. Reason being that the 4 ports, if you're using one without self-power, then you can only use 2 ports at a time simultaneously. So make sure it's only $8 more. Trust me, it's worth to get that because you got all 4 ports. You're going to get a headset, and then you're going to need to probably put in something for charging. Okay, so if you get this Insignia, it's probably the best for your money. It works good. I've tried other ones and they didn't work. So you want to make sure you get that. And that's the Insignia. That's also Best Buy brand. So you want to purchase that. So that right there will expand your memory in order for you to put all the games that you want. And then also what you do is save all your games in the external, which I'll show you in a minute, so that your memory for your save data is in the PlayStation. Okay, so once we begin, go ahead, speak it.
Rissa texted you and said software updating or something. Oh, you're telling me.
Oh yeah, once you first.
You're telling me to download that on my phone. Okay.
No, not the software update.
She's asking you. She's texting you.
Oh, she's texting me? Well,
she said so.
Let me finish this video real quick. Alright, so now once you get that, the next couple of things, a headset probably, because I got this headset, but I got it with the discount, which I didn't pay the $149. I wouldn't pay that ridiculous amount for a headset. But because I got like 45% off, I got this headset. If you do that, then get this. This headset's off the chain. But probably the most inexpensive headset you can get is this PlayStation Gold wireless headset. Now it's a very solid headset, but if you have a big head, you probably want to look into getting something different, because if you have a big head, eventually the little plastic piece will start to crack on it.
You gonna throw a jab at me?
Alright, anyway, now we're gonna show real quick on what's gonna happen is once you first get your PlayStation, you're gonna have to create a PlayStation Network account. A lot of people go into PlayStation, show the screen here. Probably get closer, and you're gonna see this is your PlayStation Network account right here. All right, so a lot of people will probably do it from the PlayStation. I would probably advise to just get your smartphone and download the PlayStation Network app, and once you do that, then you could sign in from there. When you go to the sign in, of course, you create your PlayStation Network app at that point. You just do that just so you can set that up, because the setup takes a little process, and it's faster to do it on your phone. Most people can type quicker on their phone than they can on the joystick of a PlayStation. Now there's all the fast ways, but if you just got it, you're probably not going to be as fast with the button changes. So once you get your PlayStation Network app, you can go right in there and create your PSN, and then go on your PlayStation. And the next thing you do, once you get to the PlayStation, you go to your app. You're going to notice that if you have a PlayStation Network Plus, you're going to have this little symbol, which of course if you just purchase your PlayStation, you won't have that symbol. So you want to come over here to the PlayStation Store, where you could, or actually you can go right here. You can get, if you start up your PlayStation Plus here, you can manage your membership here. And if you don't have your membership, oh look, it's trying to tell me a tour, which I don't want to. I don't want to take the tour there. Okay, let me just get through this real quick. I never did this, so obviously it's trying to get me. It's like I just did it on this PlayStation here. Alright, in any case, alright, now, okay, so once you get in here, this is where your PlayStation Plus is, and then right here where you'll see that there's offers that's in here. Look, $10 off PlayStation Plus 12 months membership. So right here, more than likely, if you just got it, it's actually $60 right now. So this is gonna save you $10. So you want to go ahead and do that. That's for a full year for PlayStation Plus. And once you add that, then you will be able to start using all your games as you would. So that's the next step. So you already logged in with your phone. Then all of a sudden you go into your profile, and then you would log in right from here. Because if you haven't logged in, it's gonna come straight on there. Okay, so then you'll log in, you'll see your name there, you won't have that there, and then once you're logged in, then you go straight to the PlayStation Plus and then install that. Once you install that, you're good to go. Now, step 2, alright, now if you want to incorporate your external hard drive, you want to actually shut down your PlayStation completely to the off position. So you come over here to power, and then you just completely shut it off. Turn off your PlayStation. And then once you turn it off, you want to go ahead and install both of your devices, your USB hub. Your USB hub will have a power supply, and then the USB portion that will plug into here, and then the USB portion for this that will plug into here. So then you'll have your external power, your external USB hub right here, and the external hard drive. Once you plug both of these in, at that point, then you turn your PlayStation back on. Alright, once you turn your PlayStation back on, of course that hard drive is not formatted for your PlayStation, so you want to go straight to settings. Right here, where the settings is, come into here, and you can go straight down to, you would think it's storage, but it's not. You're going to come down to devices, and then on devices you'll see, well remember, once you do your PlayStation Network and all that, you're going to do updates. You're probably going to wait a good hour of updates, and once those updates happen, then you'll be able to see this USB storage devices. USB storage devices come in, and then you'll see that one is ready to be found, and then it'll come up in here showing that it sees it. This one's already formatted, so that's why it looks that way, but it'll look different. You select it, and then it's gonna say must be formatted. You say yes, you say yes, you say yes. The PlayStation does a little download, formats the external hard drive, it makes it formatted for the PlayStation. Once that happens, now you have that source in there. Then the next step you go is circle out of this, and then you go to storage, and then when you see storage, you'll see your system storage up here, and you see extended storage. Now see where it says little application install location right there? When you see that, it's when you install this, it's going to automatically say install location is going to go to this. Up here will always save all your saved games and data. You want to keep that way, and then save all your games in here. That way you use this for that, use this for your games. Okay, so once I'm going in here, I can select it and hit options, and see where it says install location. If I come up here and hit options, see that? So that means I can change it anytime. I can change this install location. See, if I hit right there, see, I can change it whether it's extended or system. You can keep on extended. If you prefer to download a few games into your system storage, fine, but make sure that you don't fill this one up, because you want to keep that more than 70% storage free. So I would advise you keep it on extended storage. And then now the only key to this is that little USB, this little extended storage must always be plugged in. If you ever want to disconnect this, never do it while the PlayStation is on. When the PlayStation is in rest mode, still don't do it, because even in rest mode, that PlayStation is connected to that USB device. You disconnect it, you run the risk of losing your shit, and you will be pissed. Then you got to reformat, and you lost everything. Don't play those kind of games. Keep that thing plugged in. So if you want to disconnect it, you can. You just turn your PS4 completely off, all the way shut down. Then you could disconnect it, and at that point it won't do no damage to it. That's it. So now you got all your accessories, you plug them in, and then now you're good to go. You can install all your games. You got your PlayStation Network, everything. It's easy to access. Everything is all through here. Okay. You got your network right here, and your account management. Alright, so everything's all through there for the most part. You know, if you have any kind of questions and stuff, I'm pretty well versed in doing these things. You just ask a question in the comments or whatever, and I'll make a video describing that particular thing. But this is the basics. You know, you got your headsets you want to use, you got your external hard drive, you got your USB external source, boom. If you got the slim, then you probably got USB ports on the back, which you might be able to avoid having to get this. Now, for real, if you do, then that's good for you. But for those that got the earlier PlayStation models, don't have the USBs unless you either got the PlayStation Pro or the PlayStation Slim. So if you got either of those two, you got PlayStation ports USB ports on the back. For those that don't, this is a great alternative. It allows you to outsource your USB stuff, whether it's a microphone, headset, or just your charging cable. Alright, I would always recommend a charge unless you either get a hub that connects a little charging station for your remote, or you plug it directly from your PlayStation source. If you do that, your PlayStation remote's batteries will function a lot better. A lot of people are using those. They're plugging their PlayStation remotes to the same ones as their phones and all those. And I'm gonna tell you right now that that's been known to fuck up the batteries. So if you're going to use your PlayStation is designed to give the right power source for your remote. So I would keep your charge through that. It just saves you the hassle of fucking up the battery in your remote and your remote joystick, because it's built in. So if you mess this up, you're gonna have to either replace it yourself by getting tools, or go purchase a new one, and that's $60 a pop. So I don't think you want to be purchasing a lot of those. And everybody's gonna need at least two. I always keep one on the ready. Charged up 100% while I'm using one, so if the battery gets low on this, I can switch. And also, you got other people that play, so that's it. I'm done.